Les, can you just give us a quick update on Joe? Just how is he? Is he going to hospital or what's the situation?
Yeah, he's just going to be assessed. So he's had some pretty bad stomach pains during the day, and he toughed out the game in true Joe quality. But he's just going to get assessed to make sure everything's right with that.
To finish off on it with a performance like that?
Yeah, it's certainly part of the way that we look at things. We know it's game by game. We're very performance focused, and I think today was a real challenge for us to make sure, with particularly at half time, that we just got back on track in certain parts of our game and put the things together that we know that we can do. We probably let ourselves down a little bit in the first half, and to come out in the second half and make it a 6-3 game, I think it was in the end in the second half. We're very pleased with that for sure.
Paul, is that a game that you might have lost 12 months ago? If so, what's changed within the group?
I don't know if it's a game we would have lost 12 months ago. Certainly we were a lot happier with the way we finished. I think it's something we haven't done between the New Zealand game, the France and South Africa 2 weeks ago. We haven't finished the games well. So to see the quality they brought off the bench for the last, there's some top class players coming off the bench for the last 20-25 minutes, and for us to be able to defend the way we did and not give them any easy outs was very satisfying. And certainly from that point of view, from the South Africa game and the France game, that's an improvement and a step forward. How tough was it physically, Paul?
Yeah, it was very tough physically, but very fast as well. Obviously we started really well, got a few good choke tackles, knocked over 2 penalties and 2 good tries, but they've been playing the rugby championship for the last few months, playing against really good teams at a really high tempo, and they just came back at us with some really high tempo rugby, and they're not just a clever team. They're actually really big, really fast as well, and they hurt us. I mean, I didn't think for an instant that 17-0 we were going to pull away or anything like that, but you'd like to have been a bit tighter in what we did. I thought we got a good maul. I think it was off the second try we got a good maul, caught a good kick, and I'd like to have seen us, I suppose, being a bit safer and recycling a little bit more at that stage, but we left them back in, and that's what they can do. We've looked at the tries they scored in analysis in the last few weeks, and they can just hurt you from anywhere. And just the pace they seem to do things at, when they turn you over, you're under pressure straight away, and I think we adapted to that pace then after that poor 20 minutes in the second half of the first half.
Simon, it's not often you see props going 80 minutes, but you asked both of your guys to do it today. What does that say about them? Maybe in particular Mike Ross, who's still kind of working up and last kind of stage.
Yeah, I think he and Jack were both outstanding. I think, like Paul said, I think maybe the victory against Africa was a bit bittersweet from a forward's perspective. The lads contributed hugely to the performance that day, but I think the set piece probably didn't function as well as we would have liked, and a lot of work's gone in the last few weeks. Not just the scrum that we won the penalty in the end on our ball, we pushed them off one of theirs as well, which was a big turnover, and another point in the game which had a huge impact. So the fact that Rossi and Jack went the full 80 was testament to them, and it shows that, given the right conditions and the right type of game, they can do that and still be effective near the end of the game, which they were.
Overall, what was this autumn international clean sweep and taking 2 big scalps against South Africa and Australia do for confidence heading into a big World Cup year?
I suppose one of the things is we've been here before with a good autumn, and it didn't serve us well, and that's probably the main lesson you learn. You have to reassess them when you come back in for the Six Nations. But one of the things, and I know I say it every press conference, one of the things we've been eager to do is just to improve, game by game and part of the season by part of the season. So we come into the Six Nations, there'll be a short review of what we've done in the autumn, and we'll try and improve on that. And we won't be a whole lot addressed in terms of what we want to achieve, I'd imagine, for the Six Nations or what we want to achieve for the World Cup. We'll just try and improve on these 3 games, and there is a lot of there's a lot of very good things, but there is an awful lot of things to improve on as well, and that's just the general attitude that the squad and the coaching staff have adopted, and I think it works well for the team.